Hey there, this is Adele from Naked Marriage. So in our marriage program, we spend a lot of time talking about what the most appropriate version of love is in an interpersonal relationship where you have a spouse. Unconditional love, in my opinion, is not appropriate for a married relationship. Now, this is a controversial viewpoint, but allow me to explain. Unconditional love, in my opinion, is reserved for familial relationships between parents and their children. Children, as part of their development and the psychology of how their brains develop and, studies that have been done in how children can feel the most self-confident and the most appreciated within their lives. Unconditional love is a crucial element, as many academic studies have shown, for that kind of self to develop in a great way. However, if you're in a married relationship and you are just unconditionally loving your spouse, that can sometimes lead to really toxic behavior within the relationship. Behavior where you tell yourself, no matter what you do, no matter how you behave, no matter what happens, I will accept you and love you for who you are as a person. That doesn't fly and is not healthy in any of the marriages that I've worked in. People need to understand that a married relationship is sacred. It is delicate. And you almost need to realize that you've got to be on best behavior when you're in a relationship. It's not a relationship where you get to just let it all hang out and be whoever you want to be, as you would in an unconditional love situation, because that is not honoring the sacredness of the union that you have with your partner, and it's not honoring the space and the sacredness of your relationship. So unconditional love does not have a place in a marriage. It is reserved for that familial relationship. What is important is in a married relationship is there is love, but there are caveats, there are rules, there are boundaries, there are red lines where it's like, look, I love you for you. However, these are the behaviors that I will and will not put up with within our marriage. And you need to know that our marriage is sacred and we treat this as a sacred ground for us to operate within. I will not put up with X, Y, Z, and A, B, C. Just because we're married, I won't put up with that. And the most successful partnerships, the most passionate marriages that I've worked with, they have this understanding between them. There is that respect. There is that clarification of boundaries and red lines and what works and what doesn't work. There isn't this terrain of unconditional love. Unconditional love, in my experience, often leads to codependent dynamics. It often leads to toxic behavior where people just treat their spouse however they want. They expect that no matter what I'm doing, you're going to love me and your job is to accept me. And I don't think that's healthy. So that's just my perspective and view. Feel free to comment if you agree or disagree. Take care.